it was about 2006, 2007-ish when I first started pro wrestling school. I was working out every day. I was eating only salads. I don't think I was having the healthiest diet, but I was trying so hard to lose the weight. I got a credit card, and then one day I looked on the internet. I saw Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon Dudley, the Dudley boys, were having a pro wrestling school opening in Kissimmee, Florida, and I applied. And that's how I got into the pro wrestling school. I remember getting an email back telling me that I had to go get a physical and stuff like that. And then I got a phone call. And I knew it was Bubba Ray Dudley. So when Bubba Ray Dudley introduced himself, he said, "Hi, this is," I can't remember the name that he said, but it was some kind of fake name that he used. And when he called, I remember picking up the phone and going, knowing that it was him, but there was a second time that he called back. And when he called back, he said, "Hi, this is Bubba." And because I was such a big wrestling fan, I knew everybody's real names. I said, "Hi, Mark." His first name is Mark. His real first legit name is Mark. And that was my first lesson in pro wrestling. Before I even got into the school, he said, "Bubba." His name is Bubba. That's what he wanted me to call him. He didn't want me to call him Mark. He didn't want me to call him anything else. He said to call him Bubba. And from that day on, I called him Bubba. Until this day, I still call him Bubba. You know why? Because I'm not one of his family friends to where I call him Mark. I am not somebody in the professional wrestling business who was up there with him that can call him Mark. And I'm sure 100% that the people that are up there with him don't call him Mark. They call him Bubba. So I call him Bubba till this day, even though his name is Bully Ray. It's funny, right? Because I eventually learned that after being in the wrestling business for a little bit, there's a bunch of guys that we all run around with, we all hang around, but we really don't know each other's real names. We don't know each other's real names. Like, there's a guy that I hung out with, I knew his name was Dan Murdoch. And then when I found out what his real name was, I go, that's not even close to what your name is. But you know what? He was Dan. That was his name. His name was Dan. His name was Murdoch. You know, there's one of my teachers in school, in the pro wrestling school, when I came to New Jersey, his name is Richie Rotten, right? I don't know what his real last name is. I think I know what his real last name is. I know his first name is Richie, right? But you know what? He's Richie Rotten to me. That's the way he introduced himself, and that's the way he prefers to be called. And out of respect, that's the way that I call him. So one of the things that I've always learned and always tell people is that you don't call wrestlers by their real name. You call them by whatever it is that they're telling you to call them. Except for Edge. Edge is using his real name. He goes by the name of Adam Copeland. So if you see him, maybe you call him Adam Copeland, but I still feel uncomfortable calling him Adam Copeland if I saw him in real life. I may say sir or something like that, or I may even ask, what do you prefer to be called?